Hello everyone, this is Vass and I am doing another short video. This was back when I had my summer cold, so I am doing a voiceover for this particular video. At the time I did not feel good and was sneezing a lot and so on, so I wanted to make sure that I did the video without my microphone on, and decided I would go back and do a voiceover after it was done and after I felt better. So I just put in a wooden table, Rivervale trunk table. So I put that in, and I just wanted to add that before I finished the pathing to make sure I had it in place. And I wanted to be able to path around it so you could access it from the path, and make sure that I got it in the build. It's just kind of an extra shop or shop stall, so to speak, for the Kelethin area. We have the cupcakes as one shop, and this is going to be a second one. This one's going to be different from the others. It's going to be similar to the one I had with the artist. It's going to be similar to that. It's going to be a freestanding, not in a building. And I'm just setting up a couple of the house actors over here. One of them is going to be a fae, and the other is going to be a wood elf. So I will let you watch me set them up. I didn't like the fact that you couldn't change the colors on that wing set, but ultimately I believe I'd go back to that the wing pattern, wing type. Because I felt that that was very vibrant. I just wanted to make sure that everything was coming out the way I wanted, and that her hairstyle matched the wings, her eye color, and her body type didn't contrast with it, and so on. And then picking an outfit. Sometimes the hardest part is doing the house actors. I believe I go with the gold at the end. I like these rocking chairs because you don't have to use them as a rocking chair. You can actually sink them down and use them as a regular chair, which I've done before, but it didn't actually work because her wings stuck through, so I needed something without a back. So I was going to originally use those chairs, and then they weren't going to work, and I also needed a couple of the chairs, at least two, and I also needed a table. So I thought about one of the, if I can ever get it to link, if I thought about using the Rivervale keg table because it has the trunks that match that trunk table. So later on I go to craft that table and I use that table. But I believe before I end this episode, I work on the house actor. Just double checking, make sure I don't have one of the tables, and I didn't. So I grabbed one of the key pieces that I was going to need for this particular shot, and I brought it over. And I was just trying to figure out how I was going to place the different house actors. So now I'm just setting up my other house actor. One thing, I use the regular models on almost every class, every race. However, there's the human race. I do tend to use the Soga on them. I have one particular human toon that I use Soga on, but the rest of my characters are all set to the basic models, not the Soga models. But I've got to go remember to go through and set up my house actors, every house actor in here, because I haven't done it throughout the whole process. So I need to go back through in Soga and set up the Soga models. That way people that do see Soga will not see them as blackballed house actors. I'm just trying out different actions. Thought about using crouch because the Fae is small. We need a lot more actions. Because some of them just don't seem to do what we need them to do. We have a hover, house action, or action for house actors. But we need a climbing one. We have sleep, we have hover, but we don't have any kind of climbing. And ultimately, I think I decide on the cooking, because I think that works best for me. You can't tell in the video as much, and I couldn't tell in game until it was pointed out by Azurite. But the actual collision for this table is extremely huge. I am floating way above the table, and even though the house actors don't look it, in the end, they are floating way above the table as well. So, just a little tip: if you use this table, you're going to want to look at it from a low angle, because everything floats. And it does kind of look funny right now with the paint buckets just floating in the air there. But later on, after I get the table in, it does look better. I'm just trying to get the right angle to hide the pot, and to make it actually look like she is mixing the paint. And I didn't have all the supplies I needed because those chairs didn't work for me. So I have to go get the supplies. So shortly after this is when I actually end the video. I don't think I do anything else, because other than maybe picking up the chairs. And I ran across there and I didn't even notice they were floating, but maybe they were floating after I moved something. But I'm just going over, basically I need to get some more supplies for the paths. I need to get the table. I need to do the railing around the ride, and then I call it the end of the video. So I will see you guys in the next episode.